Previously on Morrowind with Metalface.
Hey, Mr. Gilneth, Brocius was murdered. It was me!
Dun dun dun! Also, we gathered some mushrooms, and if we were lucky, some flowers. If you're unlucky, then I'll show you where you can find them along the path. Hello, I'm Metalface, and in this episode of my truncated Morrowind playthrough, we'll cover the journey to Balmora, meet Caius Cosades, and complete the Balmora Mages Guild quests. One of these things takes longer than the others. In Morrowind, reading is key. After all the dialogue is text-based. I've seen Let's Plays where people are like, I have no way of knowing what to do. But all they had to do was read the dialogue or their journal. By the by, with the Game of the Year edition, there is a sort by quest section in the journal to find quest-relevant entries. Speaking of quests, let's pop into this ancestral tomb. No particular reason. It's not like I collect items that allow me to instantaneously or quickly finish a quest later on. Oh wait, I lied. That's exactly what I do. Here's a skull. I'll just put that in my pocket. I'm gonna need it later. You'll see. Now we'll run up to Pelagiad. Pelagiad? Pelagiad? I like the soft G version. Pelagiad. Anyways, we head right up to the front of P-Town, and we have all 4 flowers right here. There's the gold canet and the heather, stone flowers next to the sign. If you're incredibly unlucky enough to have both of these not have harvestables, then you'll want to check the fields north of Caldera, but I digress. And here is the willow anther. Now we'll just run up the path here. There's a lady who was just robbed. We'll be back. She's got a mini quest. You'll see. Up through this pass here, and up the Foyata for a short jaunt, and jump through this pass. There it is. Balmora, one of the larger cities on Vardenfell. Welcome. There are actually multiple paths you can take from Seyda Neen to get here. This is probably the slowest thing I'll do in these episodes, but let's go back. At this fork in the road just north of Pelagiad, you can head west across the Odai River and pass an egg mine that comes into play later. Let's just run down to the Queen's later and kill these 2 hostile egg poachers. Summon skeleton scrolls, available at Arriel's Trade House, #not sponsored, are a good way to keep multiple enemies busy while you deal some damage. Any summon really, like the ghost I can conjure up with the free spell from this build. And after a bit of murder, we go just around the river bend and look once more at Balmora's gates. If you like swimming, remember that tomb with the Mentor's Ring? Well, let's head north. And there's some gold in a bag and a stump. Fargoth is not alone in squirreling away goods into a stump, although his is the only stump I remember that is a container. Also, there's a shipwreck. Inside, we can find some moon sugar and diamonds. We want these for later. You'll see. From here, just follow the Odai River up to Balmora. Waterwalking can help keep the slaughterfish from eating us. You could use the spell, or practice alchemy with the ingredients available to us in Seyda Neen. Ampule pods, Quamacuddle, scales, and violet coprinus. Of course, if you're willing to get enough scales to make potions, then you could probably face the river directly. But I digress. One last method has us head to the east. Here's Vivek. If we continue north, there's all manner of stuff. Netch farms, creatures, people, into the Ashlands. If we continue this direction, then we'll end up at the Ghost Gate. This is a horribly inefficient, not recommended. We'll just strafe right here, and there's Balmora. As we enter Balmora, we're going to visit Ravir, over here, and buy a ceramic bowl. Ow! Oh, a whopping 1 gold. That's a big hit, but it'll be worth it, you'll see. And into the bookshop, to ask nicely for a book. Chronicles of Inchulift. Yes, I have that one. We'll need this later, you'll see. We're going to join the Mages Guild, but first, let's get some free money. On the other side of the river, tucked away in this corner, is the house of Caius Cosades. We'll go in and... Whoa, come on, man. Why are you naked? I'm alone in my own house, high as a cat on skooma. Man, who are you? I was told to report to Caius Cosades. I have a package for you. Oh, interesting. The Emperor thinks a random prisoner meets the criteria for... You're a little green for my missions. Have a couple hundred septums. Go adventuring. Join some guilds, great houses, or the temple maybe. Just get on my level, son. Then I'll have orders for you. Important note, it isn't necessary to level up. You just ask him again about orders, and he'll give you the next main story quest. Another thing, he only gives you gold if you're under level 4. This is one thing about Morrowind. There's no real push to force you to do the main quest. Like the prompt says when you leave the census office. You're on your own. So we leave Caius to slurp his skooma, and into the Mages Guild. An alternative to buying the ceramic bowl, you can steal this one here. For now, we'll join the Mages Guild.
You want to join the Mages Guild?
Magic.
I'll take that as a yes. Azura has duties for an associate. Go. Now.
I can duty.
But before we do any duties, I want to make our lives easier. So we'll ask Estyrdelin for Resist Magicka spell. 50 to 50 for 1 second. You'll see why. Now we'll ask Macellany to teleport us to Caldera.
Hi, bye.
Before running off, I want to show you a thing. Back in the day, I used to go up into this tower and steal this Master Alchemy set, but I've learned this is unnecessary. You'll see. Now, we run outside and follow this path. Ignore the nudist. We may do his quest at some point, but we're here to find Pemini. There are two ways we can get the boots, the murder way and the quest way. I'll show you the quest way. We'll head up this trail and follow the signs to Narmak. As a reward, she throws the boots at us. Without any resist magic, we would have no visibility, as it casts blind on you. But Bretons naturally resist 50% of magic. And we grabbed a spell from Miss Deardelin, so... Boot of Speed. No blinding. Also, if you talk to people about Penmini, they say she's a swindler, selling defective enchanted goods. So if you wanted to go to the murder path, she's probably already murdered someone first. Look at how good this artifact is. All foot travel is going to pass by so much faster. Back to the guild. We'll run south a ways and use a little Almcivi intervention. However you do it, we now report to Ajira.
Duties.
Ajira would like mushrooms.
Remember the mushrooms we gathered before?
Mushrooms. More duties.
Ajira has bet with Galbadir. Ajira will cheat to win. Metalface helps Ajira.
I am helping.
Swap the fake soul gem for the lesser soul gem in the desk. In this quest, Galbadir goes downstairs briefly. Normally she would walk back up here, but if we leave the guild at the right moment, then she'll be stuck downstairs. You'll see.
I helped.
Now you can get some flowers from...
Flowers.
Ajira now needs a ceramic bowl.
Ceramic bowl.
Oh, yes, this is nice ceramic bowl. But... Oh no! Someone has stolen Ajira's reports!
Stolen reports?
Ajira made reports on the mushrooms and flowers you gave her, and someone has hidden them from Ajira in the guild hall.
The reports you made about the plants that I just gave you without leaving the conversations. Those reports?
You must help Ajira find the missing reports.
So somehow it's possible for Galbadir to steal Ajira's reports while we're still within the conversation in which we handed Ajira the materials that she wrote the reports on. Yeah. It's right around here when you leave the conversation with Ajira while Galbadir is downstairs that you're going to want to leave the guild hall, because then the script won't kick in for Galbadir to go upstairs. After you do this and she's stuck downstairs, then you can take all the soul gems off the desk, without any worries of anyone coming upstairs. Now back to the quest. Here's the location of the mushroom report, and here is the flower report.
Stolen reports.
Here are some exclusive potions, Metalface. Ajira has many secrets. Metalface comes back when he is Warlock rank. Then Ajira will share secrets.
So now we get quests from Rannis Athris, as well as rank up. We also need to level up skills to rank up. That can be found in this little segment at the bottom of your character sheet.
Advance.
You are now apprentice. You are now journeyman. You are now evoker.
Duties.
Collect guild dues from Monway and convince the Telvanni wizard Bariloth to join us.
The Telvanni house and Mages Guild are rivals. Odd that she wants to recruit a Telvanni, considering a later quest of hers. For now, we'll just get these two. Luckily, they're right next to each other, which she mentions, but I digress. So we'll run out to the Strider, transport to Suran, and then we'll dive into the Nabia River. Head north. Waterwalking keeps us safe from slaughterfish. Head to the western shore of Lake Nabia. Ooh, ancient Dunmer stronghold. That's Miranda's. I'm going to cover Dunmer strongholds later, so we'll leave it alone. For now.
I look forward to killing you all soon.
If we head north from here, up this trail, then we'll see Punabi in no time. Aren't cliff racers great? Sarcasm. Alternatively, we can run from Balmora, but that means more cliff racers and a more convoluted route. Easy to get lost with all those turns and forks. This little cave here, yes, all caves in Vardenfell have doors, for some reason. This is Punabi. If you're a low-level character, I would advise against going further into Punabi than necessary. If Manway's disposition is high enough, we can collect the dues no problem. Alternatively, you can murder. Rennis is one quest giver that seems to favor the murder options. Now we can continue without ever showing the rest of this cave. Alright, I'll show you the rest of the cave. Daedra and hostile conjurers. There's plenty of loot if you can take them out. Next, we take a short little jog up here to Solapund. Another disposition check to convince Barileth to join us. Or murder. And have some leftover murder for all these other troublesome Telvanni. They aren't actually causing any trouble that I know of. I just wanted alliteration there. So we return to Rannis.
Job's done.
Oh, you didn't kill anyone.
Duties.
There's an Argonian giving unsanctioned training. I want you to put an end to it.
Got it.
An end.
Yeah.
So we run down to the Thieves Guild.
Rule number 1, don't talk about Thieves Guild.
I mean, South Wall Corner Club. We find only he stands there, standing in his special spot that only he could stand in.
Hey.
Yeah,
Stop it.
I don't want to. I could train you too.
What Rhaenys don't know can't hurt ya.
So we run back to Rannis and lie about stopping only he stands there. She buys it, and now we can use our Argonian associate as a trainer.
Lizard dead.
Good news.
Duties.
I want Eater Morel's notes. He wants an escort to the halfway tavern in Pelagiad. I don't care if he makes it. I want those notes. You'll be his escort. Eater Morel is over at the 8 Plates. Get me the notes at any cost.
So we run over to the 8 plates. One way to end this quest is to just kill a Terminal outside of town. Boom. Notes. However, we are going to be a helpful boy and take a Terminal down to Pelagia. On the way, we can stop to talk to Marie Armine. I told you we'll be back. Her mini quest is that she's swooning over a guy that robbed her.
Oh, I do declare, I don't even care about the jewels, just find me that man.
I'll find this man, if only for love's sake.
She tells us Nelos was headed to Pelagiad, and we should check the tavern there for a roguishly handsome young Dunmer bandit. Then she throws a glove at us to give to Nelos, as a token of her affection.
I don't know if falling for a guy who robs you is a form of Stockholm Syndrome, but dang that girl thirsty. Yeah.
Speaking of beverages, we made it to the halfway tavern. A terminal tosses his nose to us and is quite dismissive after this.
Yo, anyone in here happen to be a roguishly handsome young Dunmer bandit who just robbed a beautiful rich young Breton woman who is smitten by criminal scum? It was me!
So we give Nelos the glove, and Nelos is all about that sugar baby life. He gives us a note to give to Marie. So we head outside and right back up that dusty trail, and we'll abandon Marie forever.
So she suffers unrequited love for all of time, and loneliness consumes her heart.
I lied. We deliver the note and she tries to hook us up with a friend of hers. This friend depends on our character's gender. Imoset if we're a guy, Barnand if we're a gal. Now we're done with Beauty and the Bandit. Yes, that's the actual name of the quest. We return to Ranus with Itermero's notes.
Do you have the notes?
Yeah, Emerald's fine, by the way. More duties?
I think Tashpi Ashabael is a necromancer. Murder her.
Okay.
So, murder is my middle name, but even I get suspicious at this much murder.
So let's teleport to Aldrun and still strider on up to Margon. Her house is this one right here. If we ask around Margon, we'll find out Tashpi is a healer. When confronted, Tashpi just wants to escape. If we allow her to leave, we can lie to Ranus again. Although if you do go to the murder path, she does have a ghost attack you. And it's not a summon either. Look, actual ash pile. So that's an odd little detail.
Job's done.
Good. You've done me, that is, you've done the guild a great service.
Duties?
There's a Telvanni spy in the guild.
Dun dun dun.
Find them.
I'm on it.
So we teleport to the Vivek Guild Hall. And this joker, Tiram Gadar, claims to have the blessing of the High Chancellor Imperial Battlemage, Akato. And he tells us to get his credentials from Trebonius. Yes. That's paperwork. If you're really paying attention, you'll see that Akato is misspelled in the credentials. Ha! Got him! We return to Ranus, and the reward for this quest is the whole reason for burning through all her other quests.
Yes, you found this very obvious, not at all convoluted evidence that anyone would notice. As a reward, I bestow upon you, Soul Drinker.
Soul Drinker, an enchanted Daedric dagger worth 11,000 gold. Yeah, one of the best daggers in the game. Episode 2. We're walking tall and sitting pretty. If we're over guild rank Warlock, which requires one of these skills at 60 and 2 others at 20, and our intelligence willpower have to be at least 32. Oh no, that's so difficult, especially with the Mentor's Ring. If we're a Warlock or higher, we can return to our good friend Ajira for a couple of bonus quests. I say bonus because the reward is the target of the quest. First, Staff of Magnus.
Ajira has heard the Staff of Magnus is on Mount Gand, in a cavern called Asu.
Beg your pardon?
These are a couple of quests that are close enough to some Aldrun Mages Guild quests that I usually do them at the same time, but we're kind of going in order with this, so I'll go over that over the remaining Mages Guild quest video. If we take the Strider to Malag Mar, then we're going to go through here and up this trail to the top of Mount Cand. From the door to the Mount Cand cave, we will just turn to the northeast, and right over here is Asu. Inside, we do a bit of murder, and now we're the proud owner of the Staff of Magnus. You'll want to have levitation or some sort of teleportation magic as an escape strategy. So we return to Ajira and show off our new magic staff.
I got the Staff of Magnus.
Very good. Ajira also knows where you can find the Warlock Ring. It is in a cave called Ashirbadan.
That ring is as good as mine.
Now we'll teleport on over to Vivek. Civic intervention to get to the temple, and to the east is Balfell. To the east of that is an island where we'll find Ashirbada. Here's a flight to show you the location a little clearer. These are Daedric ruins of Balfell, and just over here the cavern. Good show. Inside we have a few fights and some reasonable loot. And after the murder of Vindamia Drethon, we become the owner of the Warlock's Ring. Now we can return to Ajira and brag again.
I got the ring. It's okay. I know. I'm awesome.
Good job recovering the ring.
There is one last mini-quest. If we talk to the Orsimer over here, Sharn Gramozgob, about necromancy, she's like,
No, I am not a necromancer. I'm not. Not a necromancer. Definitely not. What even learned? I don't know because I am not a necromancer.
but if we grab her personal copy of Legions of the Dead, she's like,
I'm a necromancer. Maybe I can teach you too.
and she'll teach us some summoning spells. Good times. And that's all for our Balmora Mages Guild quests. Next time, we're tackling the rest of the Mages Guild.
This took way too long to make. I have had the dialogue recorded for this since June of 2020, but life happens. I'm definitely changing how I'm going about making these in the future. One thing is I definitely need less hypotheticals, like all the murder and the Solopon and Punabi quests, then I have Rana say, oh, you didn't kill anyone. Because canonically, Metalface was supposed to do all the non-murdery solutions to her quests, but I think I showed him do all the kill scenarios, and those probably should have had the red psycho filter on it, but oh well. I have the script for the remaining Mages Guild quests that was also made in 2020, and there were some jokes in there that made me smirk reading it back now. When visiting Jobasha's rare books, we say hi to Charles the Plant and then see a helmet, just like Metalface's face, and he reacts as if it's a decapitated head. And there's also a running gag of Metalface unable to pronounce Chimer Vermidium. The main gag is him going, Chim Chimney Chim 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 Charu. And then Edwin is like, Chimer Vermidium. He's like, what did I say? But that only makes sense in written form because the CH isn't ch in Chimer Vermidium, it's the k sound. So that joke would have failed. So I guess it works that we're not using that script. I also liked, at the end, I have him say, look at me. Look at me. I am the Archmage now. After he wins the duel for the rank. But since I'm changing how I'm making this stuff, I doubt any of that old dialogue will get used. Anyways, future videos should come out quicker. Thanks for watching. Hope it was at least a little bit funny.